Welcome to RidgeLife, I'm Tim, and today we're at the log home build site. We're at the entry gate for our long winding driveway to the log home, and we have got some work to do on this driveway. We have got some potholes that are about 2 feet deep. Well, not quite 2 feet deep, but they sure feel like it when you're driving back in Grandma Carol's car. And we also need to work on some drainage on either side of the driveway. The dirt has started to smooth out and the water doesn't quite run on either side of the gravel. It washes over in some places. But before we do that, we want to get a driveway alarm installed. And what we've got today is an eMACROS. This is their awesome solar driveway alarm system. We're going to mount it on the back side of the gate here, and that way anytime anyone comes in the gate, if we have it unlocked or open, it will sound a remote wireless alarm at the log home. So we're really excited about trying this today, and let's do an unboxing and review. Again, we have our solar driveway alarm system from eMACROS. Let's open it up, see what's inside the box. Very excited to get this installed. This is really going to help Grandma Carol have a sense of security, giving her a heads up if anyone comes through this gate unannounced. So start off, we've got an instruction manual, and then on top of that we have, this is the remote alarm. I'll open that in just a second. We've got mounting hardware for drywall and the screws, and then we have a USB to 120 volt charging adapter, and we have the USB cable, and then finally we have our solar alarm sensor. So it has a solar on top, and there's your motion sensor right there. Charging ports and access are at the bottom. We'll take a little closer look at that. Looking at the bottom of our unit, it has a weather rated rubber cover, and you can see you have high, low, and off for your sensitivity. Charging port is in the middle, and then on the end here we have channels 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's for having multiple units to your alarm station. Opening up the alarm itself, the remote access alarm, you can see it looks very, very nice, and you can see you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can have indications of which alarm's going off. So if you have 4 gate accesses on your property, you can have alarm 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice large speaker. This looks very, very nice. Again, you can mount it to a wall, hang it on a wall, and it's got rubber here, so it can just sit, look very, very nice on a countertop. The remote alarm itself is battery powered by 4 AA batteries. And as far as controls, you've got an on-off power switch, and then you have volume up and volume down. We have our batteries in our unit. We're going to turn it on by pressing the power button till we hear 1 beep. Unit is turned on. Set that right there. Now we need to pair our unit. To pair our unit, we're going to select channel 1. This is our first unit. And just take the selector switch from off to high or low. Doesn't matter which. The alarm goes off, and it is paired up together. Now you can set the volume higher or lower on your alarm to make it to your taste, and as as something moves in front of the sensor, you will hear an alarm just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off so it doesn't keep alarming on us. Now, to mount our sensor properly, you want to make sure that the solar array, the solar cell, is where you can get sun. This is east over here, and we'll get lots of sun in that direction. And the height of the sensor, you don't want it down low, you don't want it really up high. 3 to 5 feet, 4 feet being optimal. That's for cars going by. You want 4 feet optimal. And then of course, 30 feet max on the distance of the device you're sensing to the unit. Mounting the unit is simple enough. Just turn the sensor till you have access to the back plate with your screwdriver. Go ahead and get it at the right height you want. Don't tighten the screws down too tight. You will crack the plastic. We don't want to do that. Again, with everything turned and leveled out, don't tighten too tight. Let's get all 4 of our screws in. Then we'll be able to test this unit out. I'm really excited to see how it works in the range on this. You ain't gonna believe what they say about it. So, all right, we have this. Let's turn it this way. Again, get it adjusted just where we need it for the sunlight. And again, the sensor on the road, it swivels this way and this way. You have a really good 360-degree swivel on this thing. And I think we've got it right there. Let's get it turned back on, see how it works. We've got the unit mounted. We've got it turned on to the low sensitivity setting. Let's walk out and see if it alarms. That's pretty loud. I think that's going to wake Grandma Carol up. Now we've got to test the range on our alarm. Guys, they say it's a half a mile, 800 meters, that this thing will sense what that sensor says and set the alarm off. We're a pretty good long ways, way back to the log home. Let's give it a go. We are at the log home, and this is a beautiful log home. We are so excited to get Grandma Carol moved in here. We are this close. Guys, if you haven't seen us build this, go check the playlist out for the log home build. It shows us clearing the land, laying the foundation, getting the timbers on, putting the roof, interior work. We're getting this close to moving in. But now we're working on a driveway alarm system and driveway repair. And to test this, again, quarter mile to half a mile away, we're going to have Grandma Carol go through the gate, and she is ready and waiting. So all right, Grandma Carol, go ahead and go through the gate. We'll see if the sensor goes off. There you go, guys. It works from a quarter to almost a half a mile away. I am very, very pleased with this. Again, you can adjust the volume, set up different sensors. We're going to give this to her, and she's going to feel more safe. So now let's get to the driveway repair. We have our beautiful winding driveway back to the log home. Again, it's over a quarter mile. We've got to do some maintenance on it though. The sides, the furrows are not deep enough to allow the water to run next to the gravel road. Sometimes it's washing over the gravel road down at the base at the big S curve. So we're going to have to get the tractor out, and we're going to furrow out either side. Not really do ditches, but just furrows to make sure the water is channeled down that way. And then we've got some huge potholes. Let's go take a look at those. You can see in the S-curve here, we have got potholes and water erosion issues. Now the reason that is we got a culvert over there. We've got a creek that comes down off the ridge, and it backs that culvert up sometimes. The culvert needs to be cleared out, and we need to get that riprap, 12 tons of riprap we had installed way back when. We need to get that on either side of our culvert to keep that clear and keep this water from washing over. Before then, I've got to fix these potholes. Get this one right here. Look how deep this pothole is. This thing is deep. And of course, the big old rut over here on this side, we have got to get this leveled out with the tractor, the box blade. We're going to do that. We'll come back for that riprap and clean that culvert out. We got a bunch of riprap, 12 tons, guys, to get put out through on the ridge. That's going to be a great video. But let's go down and look at the other potholes, then we'll start to work. You can see we've got a big pothole right in the center of the road here. Look over the other side of the Kubota. You can see it's washed out like a big gully right there. And if you look at this pothole right here, you can see that is deep. Okay, move on down here. We got a washout on that side, and then another huge hole right here. It's hard to see depth perception on a video, but that is about 8 or 10 inches deep hole right there. And we need to get all of this taken care of. And that's what a tractor and a box blade's for. So let's get to work. was some hot work. We had over 100-degree temperatures, 85% humidity or more, but we have got our gravel driveway smoothed out. We've created furrows on either side for better drainage. Let's walk down and check those potholes out, see if you can see them. Looking back towards the entry, you can see our furrows right here that will allow the water to drain on either side of the gravel road instead of wash across the gravel road and create erosion. The road is crowned so that the center of the gravel road is higher. The water will run off, hit the furrows, then run down the areas we want. So let's go walk down and see if we can see the big pothole we had. So if you look down through here, there was a big pothole right there and another one right down over there. We filled in this big rut on this side, and that will pack in, and a little small furrow on that side, but we can see we have filled in this huge pothole there and down there, and there's another one down there way by the gate we filled in. And if you look back that way, we have got this road smooth all the way up to the tractor. Heading up towards our S-curve, we leveled out the S-curve. Over time, it started building the gravel up to the side and washing out the center. I smoothed it out. It still has a bank to it. It's a natural bank, so but I brought some of it down and I packed it real hard and smooth so it's not as deep on this inside, and of course people can come out here and ride a much smoother surface. We walk over to our tractor, and that's our New Holland Workmaster 55 horsepower tractor. We have our 615 TL front loader on it, and we've got a Dragon box blade, and we've got it skewed like this so we can get our furrow just right. When I was crowning the road, I didn't have it skewed this much. I just had a little bit low on this side, and if you can tilt it in this way, it will drag the gravel towards the center, towards the crown. But when I was doing the furrows, I tilted it real far down so we got a real deep edge. Now looking down across the S-curve road here, you can see that looks great. And that, down over there is where we had the huge pothole. Let's go check that out. Right here is where that huge pothole was. It was probably 4 foot wide, about a foot deep, right there. Can't see it. And you see I built up the dirt on the inside here because it was so washed out and gullied. I leveled all this out nice and smooth. Coming down from the log cabin, you can see we furrowed out the side. The water was running over the gravel right there. We've got it furrowed out enough to where it will drain down all the way to our ditch. And you can see our winding road to our log home looks beautiful. Let's walk up there and see how we smoothed out where all the electrical lines and plumbing went across the driveway. At our beautiful log home, we've got our garage right here. The electrical lines came from behind me here, ran through the dirt to the back corner of the house. The septic lines ran across the driveway out to the field lines here. And as you can see, we are smooth all the way across the driveway and in the yard here. Box blade does its job. The next thing we got to do is get the culverts filled with riprap on either side. We've got culvert at the main entrance by the highway there, by the county road. We've got a culvert here at the S-curve, and we have a couple other places we'd like to get the riprap put in to keep the erosion under control. So you'll see that on a future video. Let's get down to the entry and see how that looks. Call this a day. Here at the gate entrance, you can see we furrowed the water away from the gate so it stays all the way, doesn't get our gate area wet. And then did the same thing on this side. We furrow it away, keep the gate area nice and dry. Let's go up to the gate and check our entry alarm. Here at the entry gate, our entry alarm is working great. Every time we drove by it with a tractor, came through on the side-by-side or even walked by it, the 30-foot range, 4 foot high, detected us. It sent an alarm off a quarter mile away at the log home. Grandma Carol would call up and say, "Was that you?" I said, "Yes, it was." I came in, did some work. She said, "All right." So I highly recommend this alarm. Check out the link in the description if you want to get one for yourself. I'm not affiliated with this product, but I do highly recommend it. And guys, we are happy with how the driveway turned out, the furrows. It's going to rain this week, and we'll see how that turns out. But the potholes are full, are filled, are ready to go, are solid and hard. So we're done with most of the big contracting trucks coming through here, and that's what we were waiting on really to get this driveway done. So if you haven't subscribed to RidgeLife, guys, please take the time to do so now. If you like today's video, give it a big old thumbs up, smash it if you will. Hit the notification bell to be notified anytime a new video comes out on RidgeLife. And then as always, hope everyone has a blessed day, and go RidgeLife.